Morning. It's early here, raining a little, but it's important for me to share something with you. There's a letter I wrote last night, and I'll put this on YouTube and wherever else I find to upload it. The question is, who is the letter to? Who is the letter for? Maybe it's to myself. Maybe something in it will resonate with you. Maybe you can send it to someone else who you think would benefit from this letter. Maybe you can find a hidden message in it. Comments below, you can use a hashtag I hear you and include the person you think would benefit from it most. But maybe there's a hidden message from me to you. Who knows? So, with that being said, let me read this short letter. I've got it written down on here, so I'm going to read from it. Great to let me know what you think of it as well. You know, society often teaches you. I want to say that this is mainly to a woman. Before I start, and I will start. So, society often teaches you to measure a man by what he owns, the car he drives, the salary he earns, the status he holds. These are the things that seem to define success. You may have been told that a man's value lies in his ability to provide luxuries, to impress with grand gestures, or fit an image of financial power, or if he apologizes to you after an argument, even if it's not his fault. It's easy to believe that security comes from wealth, that love is proven through expensive gifts, and the right man is the one who can offer you the finest things in life. But what if those things, while appealing, are not the true foundation of a lasting connection? What if a man's real worth has nothing to do with his possessions, but with who he is at his core? A real man is not defined by what he owns, but by how he shows up. He chooses growth over comfort, integrity over confidence, and love over ego. He understands that strength is not about control, but about responsibility. He does not seek validation through material things, but through the kind of person he becomes. A true man will not just provide financially, but will provide emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. He will listen when you need to be heard. He will stand beside you, not just when things are easy, but when life tests you. He will take accountability for his actions, knowing that real leadership starts with self-mastery. He will not just build wealth, but build a life that is rich in trust, respect, and deep connection. When he asks to be seen, when he opens up and shares his pain, listen to him. The world often expects men to be strong, to endure in silence, to carry burdens alone. But even the strongest men need to be heard, to be understood, to be held in the same way they hold others. See him, not just for what he can give, but for who he truly is. Because in those moments of vulnerability, you will find the deepest kind of love. Is it compassionate love? Unconditional love? or true love. If you find yourself unable to hear him, if you compare him to your past loves, measure him against who you think he could become, or expect him to be someone other than who he is today, then it's time to be honest with yourself. Is it truly him you are rejecting, or are you avoiding your own wounds? Love is not about fixing another person or molding them into an ideal. It's about meeting them where they are, just as they meet you where you are. If you cannot do that, then perhaps the healing that needs to happen is within you. And if you do look within, if you begin the journey of healing yourself, then tell him your honest truth. Tell him that you hear him, that you see him, that you need him. When you do, he will give you more than you could ever imagine. Not just love, not just commitment, but a future. One built together with trust, with understanding, and with a depth that no material thing could ever replace. And don't forget this, when you ask for his support, he will give it unconditionally, whether it be holding your hand every step of the way or stepping back to give you space. He will do what you need. And if you need time, he will wait for you, because a man who truly loves you will never walk away from you when you are healing. He will stand by, ready, when you are ready to take that next step. And in that time where the silence happens, he will become stronger, rebuild himself, whatever he needs to do, not just for him, but for you too. And he knows you will come back in such a way where it's strength, love, connection, and care. And if you find such a man and you go through that pain together, because life is full of pain, but it's full of joy as well, then you truly know that you have found the one connection, the times when you are together, the special moments that are just mind-blowing, and you know you have found true love. Thank you for listening to this letter. And again, if you want to write something below in the comments or send it to someone else, just know that this message will reach that person at exactly the right time they need to see it. And maybe it's the right time for you too. You know.